This is Paul Singh, the Market Speculator, with the trade report for Tuesday, February 21st, 2017. Hope everyone had a wonderful President's Day weekend. Let's take a look at the market. Then we're going to go over current positions and the focus list. And looking at SPY here, the market just will not quit. Overextended and starting the morning set to open in new high territory again. And we are continuing to make new highs in this very strong market here. And we had some concern here on Thursday that we could start the pullback. And it's not really a concern, but a healthy pullback. And on Friday, we opened looking like we were going to gap down and maybe we get the continuation on a pullback. Did not happen. Closed strong, and we're set to open strong here. But key levels we need to be aware of in case there is a pullback would be the test of the 9, the test of the old high here, right around 230, 229, 230, and then the 50-day moving average. So these are key levels that we should be ready for if the market does pull back. And that's what I always do when it gets extended. I have these levels laid out, and we just want to see how price reacts to that level. So if we get a break of the 9, maybe, just maybe, we can initiate some shorts down to 230, down to 228. But that's if that happens. So we're just going to be ready for that. And focus list is just going to be longs. But I am keeping a short watch list. And if we do get to that position, then I'll take it out and we'll go over that. But SPY looking strong. IWM here. Oh, that's not IWM. IWM here. No, not quite as strong and has been lagging 2017 compared to the Qs and SPY. And then we've got the Qs. Very strong. Leading the market at this point. Big tech and tech leading the market, and as is IBB, which was getting beaten down, but now looking very strong. The question is, how do we play it? This is the one area, I feel like we missed. I know a number of you took biotech here when we talked about it breaking these moving averages. I was waiting for a pullback, didn't happen. So now what do we do next? I'm watching for the break of 2 levels. One, we just got this break here. I want to see how that holds, and we can play either a pullback to the 9 and a hold of strength, or a break of this range right in here. And then we also have that high at 300. And of course, we trade more off XBI, which is actually leading, meaning the smaller medium cap biotechs are leading the market, which is strong for biotech. And that is actually breaking that high. And LABU, because it lags XBI, is right around that range. So LABU looking strong. It's on our focus list. We're watching that sector. Now, the big news this morning is oil is gapping up over this range. And we want that to continue, obviously, since we're in oil. Maybe we finally get through this kind of range-bound action, and this gets that breakout we're looking for. And obviously, the move in oil is going to affect energy, and we'll see if energy can break its recent range. And financials, which have been leading the market last week, at the end of the week, we got out of our position in financials, and we will look to get back in on a pullback to this range and a hold of that level. So we'll see if that ends up happening. Russia is actually gapping this morning. You can see here, gapping up a little bit, but we want a fill of that gap, and then I would consider entering Russia. And then finally, Brazil, very strong, gapping up this morning. If it can get up over 40, maybe we end up getting in again. Now, I'm going to throw a lot of ideas at you guys here today. You've got Brazil, you've got biotech, and we've got a big focus list. But you can see here, I'm in a bunch of stocks, pretty much leveraged to the tilt. So I can't add anything until I exit something. So you're going to have a lot of ideas, but there probably will not be a trade alert today unless I get stopped out of something. But let's go through our current positions. Our entry on Friday was X. Now, the question I got a lot of is, isn't X a little extended? And you're right, it is a little extended, especially from this move here from 32 to 39, but it had consolidated quite a bit before that. And we have 5 days of consolidation, held the 9. So I'm still liking it, and it's low risk, high reward, because when it does break out, it tends to make these huge moves, and we're going to be aggressive with our target. So my target here is at least 45. And we entered here, around 39.70, I think it was. It's breaking above 40, which is a good sign. A break over this range sets us up for the next move. Now, Google, we talked about this a few weeks ago. We had the gap down reversal. So a negative reaction to earnings, but reversed right away. We entered right in here around 832. We're already up about 15 points and we're set to hit 850. But we're being aggressive with the target on this one. Now, FCX is close to my stop level and actually is gapping down this morning. So I will likely be stopped out of FCX this morning. UWT, big move up to 2660, finally getting to the point where breaking this range, and our target is up here around 28 to 29. Probably won't hit that today, but maybe this week we finally get the move, a continuation move in oil. UA, gap down reversal, looking really strong, holding the 9. BABA, earnings breakout, has pulled back to the bottom of the range. And we're going for right around 105. We did get very close to our target earlier, but didn't take profits. So this time, if we get the move up, maybe I'll take it at 104. JNUG, gapping down a little this morning, but not in danger of hitting our stop, which is down here around 10. And then finally, our hedge, which is TZA, because IWM has been lagging. And we're going to keep that on to balance out all these longs in case there is a market pullback. And finally, Netflix here. So Netflix right in the middle of the range, right around our entry level. And we'll see if we can get that move higher. So that's it for current positions. Let's go through the focus list. I'm going to go through these really fast because there's a bunch of them. Amazon filled the gap here and is now at new high territory. We actually had a good entry Thursday and Friday. I had to make a decision between X and Amazon. I went with X, but if you're looking at Amazon, that's a good one too. And this thing, when it breaks, it can make 40 to 50 point moves. So you could have an aggressive target around 900 here if you do enter at this level. Facebook, all the fangs, really strong. This one, I would wait for a break of 135 to get to new highs. UVXY, that's VIX here. If the market does pull back, VIX should explode. So we're going to keep UVXY on our radar. LABU, we already talked about biotech. FSLR, another one I was thinking about entering on Friday, but I went with X. But we talked about the remount play here, and now is breaking the range. And if it breaks 36, that would also be very strong for FSLR. ACIA, very similar bottoming formation, but we do have earnings coming up. Apple looked like it was ready to pull back, but now it's consolidating. So a break here, which it's going to do, which it is doing pre-market here, would set it up for a next move higher. BA, we already took profits in here, but now is breaking the high. A pullback to 170 and test would get us in. Cyber putting in a nice piercing pattern here, where it looked like it was going to continue down, but showed a lot of strength. I would look for a close above 53, which would get it up over the 9. And I might even play for a break of 55 on Cyber. NVIDIA pulled back to the 50-day moving average. Let's see how it handles that level. If it gets up over 110 again, that would be a good entry. And our other semiconductor here is AMD, which is holding the 9 and gapping up. So very strong here. You could play a break of the high at 14 or just get in right here today. GWPH, another strong sector that has pulled back. We want to see how it tests the 9. Arch, coal IPO looking very strong, getting up over its 50-day moving average. And then finally a Coors, which was a gap down reversal in retail and is reversing here. If it gets up over the 9, that would be our entry, and the target would be at 41. So remember, a lot of good ideas here today, guys, but you're going to have to watch for the triggers because I will likely not be adding anything since I've got so many positions on right now. So that is it for the trade report. I will see you guys either later today or early tomorrow morning.